Sports. It's Tarlin, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kelly, lost to the New Orleans Pelicans. And that was a real body blow for them and for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. Then for the 76ers, Noel's checked in for Landry. Grant comes in for Robert Covington. And Harris subbed in for Thompson. And so in the game for the 76ers out there with Okafor. And it's Harris in at the 1. The drive by Paul. Free throw line jump shot. The shot is off. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Isaiah Cannon comes in for Tony Roten. Nice shot by Smith.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Paul, right side. Smith, wide open. He fires. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And it's Harris off the drive. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Griffin against Noel. That doesn't go either for Griffin.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Harris kicks to Noel. It's stolen by Smith. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Cannon dishes to Harris. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The 76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And so he hits the technical free throw. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it,
Oh,
too.
they do, yes, sir. Clippers leading by 8. The dish to Aldridge. And the rejection by Embiid. Well,
the defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Harris outside. A 3-pointer is right on target. Harris has got 7 points in the game. Crawford. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
Let's see what he has to say.
Well, talking about DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for Paul. Philadelphia also making some changes. Nerlens Noel checks in for Landry. And Harris subbed in for Thompson. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Harris, he's in at the point. Robert Covington out there with Noel. Then there's Okafor. And it's Roten in at the 2-guard spot. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Lakers just played phenomenal. He ended with 13 points and added a few rebounds as well. This was a big win for him and his team as they snap a losing streak with that win, guys.
Yeah,
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GM?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
Reddick is in the corner. Okafor grabs the miss.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Harris outside. And Jordan sends it back. But they get it back. The score now all even. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Harris on the double team to the paint. And the rejection by Noel. And he's able to get it back. And the wide open shot from Reddick sinks the triple. Reddick's got 8 points in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Smith checked in for the Clippers. Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid comes in for Okafor. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Roten. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reddick. And the Clippers making a change here. Paul's checked in. And the 76ers also making a change. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Noel, a screen on Paul. And it's Harris off the drive. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Some good numbers for Harris. He's got 13 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
He hits the second from the line.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
The offensive rebound, Jordan, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot.
Go to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. He misses the free throw. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Paul kicks to Crawford. Back to Paul. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Crawford, no one around him. Out to Smith. Passes to Paul. And stolen by Harris. For the finish. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half. Substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Paul Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Smith out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Aldrich in at the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Noel, a screen on Crawford. And it's Harris off the drive. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Tries from the block. And yes, sir, that one drops. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter. The 76ers leading by 3. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they've had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
There's a minute 40 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And the rejection by Noel. It's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Pierce is checked in for Lance Stevenson. Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. 1:36 left to play in the 3rd. All up top. Just 5 to shoot. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And guys, Josh Smith, an interesting blend of talent.
The Clippers also making some changes for Josh Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Paul Pierce. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Okafor's checked in. Landry comes in for Nerlens Noel. Roten's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And Harris subbed in for Isaiah Cannon. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Harris, he's in at point guard. Okafor out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Roten in at the shooting guard position. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Josh Smith, kind of a tweener. He's spent some time at power forward. Clark, he's spent some time at small forward. He's handled the ball. He's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, he is, but I think he's best, Kevin, working inside. He's gotten stronger. He's worked on his post game, and I think as time has passed, he's settled in as a full-time power forward. At least that's where he should settle into.
Los Angeles leading by 9. Paul outside. It's Redick on the wing. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Redick's got 17 points here in the second half. Roten kicks to Harris. Landry, a screen on Redick. Here's Harris. And against the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Paul, no one around him. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Pick by Okafor, and the pass to Landry. No good. Great D that time from Griffin. And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles. That's good from Crawford on the assist by Paul. Paul's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Landry with the screen to the left wing. Covington kicks to Harris. Can he keep it going? Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game. Crawford right side. Tries to save it, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Landry. Pierce is checked in for Los Angeles. The 76.
Wow.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily.
Chris, how does a win like this help propel
the 2K Sports post-game show?
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game.
He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded. I can't imagine a player having a better night.
And that wraps things up.